Hello, my kobolds, and welcome to another video. I'm the Cuddly Kobold, or Chish, whichever you prefer, and today I'm coming at you with another art video with a voiceover. So I realized that by the time that this comes out, January will be mostly over, and January is mostly the time of New Year's resolutions. It took me this long to figure out what I wanted to do for New Year's resolutions, and I thought I'd share it with you guys along with the first drawing of this year. So I have divided my New Year's resolutions into 3 different categories: personal, creative, and social media. Each one has their own list of things that I'd like to do. Now, we'll start with personal. The first thing on my personal list is to get my A1C down. Now, my A1C is not incredibly high. It is a 6, but it's still not normal range. Now, to be fair, when I first got my A1C checked, which was a couple years ago, it was an 11. So it definitely has gone down a lot because I've lost a lot of weight. But it's still not good because I still eat a lot of sweets, which I'm not supposed to. So my goal is get one A1C down and not eat as many sweets. My second goal is less health-wise, but it's more beauty, and that's to wear more jewelry. I have a rather large collection of earrings that I rarely ever wear. In fact, one of my ears has grown up, so I need to get it re-pierced. But I'd love to wear them more. I have Yu-Gi-Oh jewelry that I bought that's really nice. And I have just a pair of golden hoops that I really love. So I'd really like to get more earrings and wear more earrings, especially during the day and when I'm out. The next one is read 10 books this year. Now, that may not seem like a lot, but it is a lot for me. I read some the last year, but I didn't complete any books. Well, I think I completed like one book, because it was Dork Diaries, and I definitely completed one of the books. So yeah. So I really want to read at least 10 books this year and finish them in entirety, because I have a lot of physical books as well as Kindle books that I'd love to finish reading. Most of them being Dork Diaries. I also have Dear Dumb Diary. Yes, I know a lot of YA books, but I do enjoy them. I also have a lot of romance fantasy books that I want to read, and just romance books in general, because that's what I write and that's what I want to learn to read, and that's what I like to read. I don't like horror, I don't like thriller. I kind of like cozy mystery, but I haven't read enough of it to say that I really like it. So yeah. So yeah, that's the book goal for this year. And the last personal goal is to go camping. Now, I've only been camping once, and it was a blast. I loved it. And I'd love to go camping with my fiance. So that is a goal that I put in for this year. Now, I would like to do it before summer, but I don't think that's going to happen. So probably after summer is when we'll go camping. Maybe. But yeah, going camping. And that's the last of my personal goals. We'll move on to creative. Now, I want to preface this by saying that I believe that crafts are a form of art. But for the purposes of my list, I've separated them from regular art, like drawing and stuff like that. This is just organization purposes. This is not a view of my beliefs, because I do believe it's an art form. But, so creative-wise, I want to do 10 minutes of something arty a day. Now, when I say arty, I mean drawing working on my comic or writing. Yeah, I'm including writing and artsy. Because, um, well, I'll move on. Another one is to finish a comic and publish the comic this year. So I've been working on Lil Gal, just a Lil Gal. And my goal was to finish it by March. And that's totally unrealistic. Because I started it in December. And there's no way I would have gotten the comic finished by March at the pace that I go, because I have joint problems, so I have to take tons of break, which is fine. Don't kill yourself for art, because if you do art too much, you will need hand surgery and wrist surgery. So be careful, folks. But anyway, my goal is to finish it sometime this year and publish it sometime this year. So yeah. The next goal is finish first draft of the book I'm working on. So, I'm not going to tell you which book I'm working on because I'm figuring that out for myself right now. But I'd like to have the first draft of it done this year. Now, it's not going to be a novel. It's not going to be that long, I don't believe. It's going to be more of a novella, which is shorter than a novel, but longer than a short story, pretty much. So yeah, but it probably will be fantasy, and it probably will have a little bit of romance in it. Probably. So yeah, that's one of my goals, is to finish the first draft of the book. And my last goal in the creative category is work 5 minutes of cross stitch or crochet a day. Yeah, so again, I have wrist problems, so it's unrealistic of me to expect myself to work very long on these projects before my wrist gives out, especially if I'm doing art every day and cross stitch or crochet every day. So I'm setting a minimum goal of 5 minutes, and if I go over that, that's fine. If I can't do any more than that, that's also fine. I'm not going to push myself. So yeah, that's pretty much my philosophy, is to not push myself, because I don't want wrist. I already have wrist problems. I don't want to exasperate it. Also, it's not like I'm making this stuff for a living. I'm mostly doing this for fun and to post on YouTube for fun. So I'm not too worried about it getting stuff done. There's not a ton of stuff that crochet-wise that I want to get done. It's just I have a baby shower soon, and I'd like to get that stuff done. But you guys won't see my crochet stuff because it's on a different channel, Chesh Handmates. If you want to check it out, go ahead. If you don't, that's fine too. My next goal, the last of it, is social media. And this just, I want to get more followers. So I'm going to have to post more steadily. So I decided to make a goal on my New Year's resolution to do that. And one of them is to post weekly vids on art. So I'm rather sporadic. I have been better at it, but I'm rather sporadic with my long form content. Really my static content too, but yeah, my goal is Friday is long form day. So Fridays I'll post on my art channel long form, and then every other Friday I'll also post on my crafting YouTube channel. Because the crafting one is a lot harder to make, because various reasons. I won't have stuff done weekly. So yeah, I want to pace myself and have content and not just sit around yapping on the video. So yeah, Friday is long form content. Saturday is shorts day and static day. So I post shorts on 3 platforms. I post on YouTube Shorts, which you guys may have noticed that I stopped doing the 30-day challenge. That's because I got really sick and had to stop and just never started it again, which is my bad. But, things happen and sometimes plans fall through. So yeah, don't at me. But yeah, I post on YouTube Shorts, I post on Instagram Reels, and then I post on TikTok. Which TikTok and YouTube Shorts I get the most views in. Instagram is getting really hard to break through, because it's just inundated with other stuff and life influencers, which is fine if that's the route they're going. But yeah, I'm still gonna post on there. Try to post Saturdays. And static image wise, I post on Reddit, I post on Insta again, and then I post on Blue Sky. So yeah, my goal is to post on there every Saturday as well. I tried Kara, didn't like it. I don't think there's enough people on it, really, to warrant. Well, I don't actually know how many people are on it. But the few times that I tried it, I got no traction, and I also don't like the way you have to categorize your art and stuff like that. So yeah, I stopped posting to Kara, so I just post to Blue Sky. I think about posting on Facebook again. We'll see. I know some artists do Facebook, and they do pretty well. But that's mostly when they have shops. Like, I can't sell stuff. So I don't know if Facebook would be worthwhile. I also thought about getting my own website for my books and comics. But it's incredibly hard to advertise your um, own website, basically. So I'd be posting on other formats as well. And so just doesn't make sense to have a website right now and pay for a website. So I decided not to, even though I really want to make a really cute one, but that requires you to know code and HTML and whatever the other name that I can't think, C plus, CC, something like that. Yeah, I have learning problems, and coding is just not for me. I've tried learning it before, and it's not for me. I don't enjoy it, therefore I don't learn it. So yeah, I was the same way in college actually. If I don't enjoy it, I don't learn it. And basically, my only saving grace is I showed up every class and I did my homework and turned it in. Yeah, I failed every single test that I ever took except for in history, because I thoroughly enjoyed history and the teacher I had. Anyway, I went off on a tangent. Um, yeah, so I'm going to try and be more consistent with my videos in short form. But yeah, that's basically it for my New Year's resolutions. I did not want to do a ton of them because I knew that one, would not be able to do a ton of them, and two, it's just really hard on me when I fail what I want to do. So basically, I decided to not write a bunch of New Year's resolutions and then not be able to do them. Basically. So yeah. Also, I started a planner, which is really nice. It's also, I guess, a New Year's resolution is to do a planner because I have ADHD and I forget stuff, so I need to write down stuff to just look if I have something to look at, I remember it better, basically. So yeah, I'm also, as you guys can see, I'm also trying out a new format for showing my videos. I created this little persona. It's like an Eldritch cat, and I really like it. She's also scribbling on a drawing tablet, which I can often be found doing. So I thought it was really cool. Just a little animation, just to take up the screen and stuff like that, and be fun. Yeah. As you can see, I also have my Insta and TikTok name up if you want to follow it. If you don't, that's okay. It's just up there for you guys to look at and to find. I post all my static images on Insta. Well, not all of them. I have quite a few backlogged that I need to post. So yeah. Also about this drawing, I had a lot of hard time with the legs doing this drawing. I did it like twice, redid her one leg. I decided that I wanted to draw a picture no undersketch, which I've started doing somewhat because by the time I get done with a sketch, I do not feel like coloring it in. Which I could take a break and come back to it, but the way my brain works is if I take a break from something and I come back to it, I ain't coming back to it, basically, is the problem. Because I need to do something in one sitting or I lose interest in it pretty fast and don't want to finish it. So yeah, I did it without an undersketch, and I think it turned out pretty well without an undersketch. She's very cute. She's got little puff hair, which I enjoy. And she's kind of I can't decide if she's a maid or a diner person, because her outfit could be like either, I guess. It's more maid-like, so I guess she works at a maid cafe. She's kind of annoyed at a customer right now, and she can't control her face that well, so she shows it. But yeah, I just want to do art for fun, and this was really fun. So I'll probably do something like this again. So yeah. So the animation that you see that I briefly talked on, what I did is I drew each individual frame on Clip Studio, which I know you can animate in Clip Studio, but I didn't want to because it's confusing, and I already drew the things before I remembered that you can animate on Clip Studio. So I drew she, in Clip Studio, frame by frame, and then I saved it as a PNG with no background. Then I went to a GIF maker and made it into a GIF. And it's what you see now, which I think is pretty cool. I'm not an animator in any sense of the word. I have very little experience animating things, so I think I did a pretty good job for this little animation, and it took forever. Kudos to those who do animated story times, and they animate a lot. I understand why they take so long, which I understood before, because I have done a little bit of animation before, and I was like, this is hard. But yeah. But we're coming up on the end. I can't make this video too long, otherwise the upload takes forever. But my little kobolds, I hope you have a great day, afternoon, morning, whatever it is for you. And I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, like and subscribe. And I'll talk to you guys later.